Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into podcast Room 303. Introducing one co-host with more nuggets than Chick-fil-A, Nick Morahan. Executive producer until we find someone better, Eric Washington. Nobody really knows what he does around here, Nevada Putnam. And now, the single greatest thing to happen to hosting in history, Jermaine Antonio Colon Mendez. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into podcast Room 303, episode 262. I'm your host, Jermaine Colon Mendez. This is my co-host, Nicholas Morahan. And as always, we have with us the EPE and Nutty Putty. On today's episode, we'll get into head-to-head review, pop culture pick'em, top 5 board games. We have one What the Fuck headline, a blind 5, and we'll deep dive, or maybe that's a generous term, but we'll get into the Euro knockout round, as well as the group stage finales of Copa America, and discuss a little bit about NBA and NHL Free Agency. Without further ado, how are you doing this evening, Nick?
Yeah, man, I'm good. We'll get into it later in the show, but I mean, we're still waiting. We're still waiting as U.S. men's national teams fans. Like, you want to know why every single U.S. soccer fan has a second team, be it Argentina, be it Mexico, be it, Germany, France. It's because the U.S. cannot win a big game, and it's just really frustrating. So that's all I'll say about it right now.
How you doing this evening, Eric?
Doing good, man. I got a question for you guys. What is the craziest recruiting thing you've ever heard? Because I just found out why Kyrie Irving never played at the University of Indiana, and it is the most ridiculous story ever. So he was fully prepared to sign at Indiana. Coach comes to do the final meeting. He's gonna commit whatever. Tom Crean goes in the bathroom, takes a shit so fat it clogs the toilet. He doesn't tell him that he clogs the toilet, and he leaves. And because of that, Kyrie Irving decides to go to Duke instead of Indiana. Outlandish.
Damn, he clogged the toilet at
his house. At Kyrie's house. And that's the only reason he didn't go to the University of Indiana and he went to Duke.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair reason to not.
I mean, I get it, yeah, but I mean,
not say anything.
How are you going to lose a 5-star recruit?
Is there not a plunger within arm's reach?
You're a basketball coach. You're supposed to be a leader of young men. Walk out and go, "Hey, I just took a fat winning shit in your toilet. Where's your plunger, big dog?"
He should have just said. He should have said, "I gave birth to the next future Browns quarterback. Can I get a hand in here?"
Should have slapped him on the ass and get in there, son. Let me see how you plunge that toilet, young man.
Let's see that problem-solving skills. How you doing this evening, Nevada?
I'm good. The best sporting event in all of sports happens this week, so I'm excited.
The World Cup the Tour de France is very exciting.
Nathan's hot dog eating contest, which has got a wide open field this year without Joey Chestnut in there. So I'm going to be looking at the bets, see what the lines are looking like.
And
Get your bets in, boys.
And Kobayashi's retired too.
Well, he hasn't been in it for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's still been the.
I just went to DraftKings to see the odds for Nathan's, and it just under sports teams A to Z. It just has hot dogs.
All you need.
Amazing, bro. All right, so the favorite is Jeffrey Esper. I don't know, man. That's too close to somebody I used to know. And the women's favorite is Miki Sudo.
Yeah, I remember looking at those names last year, but Chestnut was like minus 400.
Yeah, because Chestnut ate 78 hot dogs. What's the time limit?
10 minutes.
Okay.
I think it's 10.
I've watched it so much and I don't know it. I was going to say 13, and I don't know how I even got to that number. So
Yeah, that's a weird number.
that's an absolutely bonkers number. But Miki Sudo is a minus 1,200 favorite.
Woo!
10 minutes.
How many hot dogs do you guys think you could eat in 10 minutes? I got like 2.
I think a hot dog a minute feels reasonable.
2.
Yeah,
Eric?
what's your DPMs? Dogs per minute, DPMs. What are you guys sitting at?
I mean, starting out, I'm getting 6 in the first 3 minutes. That's easy. From there, it's downhill. My performance, I'm gonna be like every horse that I bet on in a horse race. Out the gate, you're gonna be like, oh, there's a new challenger, and then it's just gonna be off a cliff at some point.
Absolutely. I want to say 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could probably suck down 12 to 15.
Yeah, 10 seems a little low. Can I get Can I get a dog per 30 seconds?
Yeah.
I think I could.
Yeah. Dip in the water.
Yeah, I think that would
disgusting.
Yeah, I think that would make me more sick than anything else.
If you want to see me throw up, give me some soggy bread like that. That sounds disgusting.
I almost think some ketchup would be nice.
Pull a mustard. Pull a mustard,
dog. Have you guys done? And this is something taking over social media. Have you seen the 999 challenge?
Oh yeah, 9 beers, 9 innings, 9 dogs.
Yeah.
Light work.
Did you do it?
No, I could easily do it though.
I don't know, man.
How could you, Nick? We basically did it at the All-Star game.
The All-Star game was that was my Jordan flu game. I don't know what to go with.
All-Star game doesn't count for stats, so it doesn't count for 999.
Dude, that was the All-Star game. I was on a different planet.
Every time someone came back and handed me 2 hot dogs, I was like, what is happening?
Not only 2 hot dogs, but 2 beers as well. We had a continuous conveyor belt of hot dogs and beers that I was just like, I was so drunk and so full and so happy.
It was a good fucking time. It's a shame that we couldn't get to that bar from the stadium.
It's closed. It's crazy. You can't get to the rooftop from the stadium. You gotta go out.
I'm never gonna let you live that down, bro. Because I was like, let's go explore, and he was just like, nah, dude. I was like, so I didn't even walk around that stadium. We went twice. We didn't even try once.
I was out of my mind.
Dude, an All-Star game. I for sure had 9 beers and 9 hot dogs. And alarmingly, I don't think it was in 9 innings. I think it was like 5 innings.
Yeah, that was like it was a Jordan flu game. I'm telling you, it was. Yeah, it was 4, and I had it halfway through. Man,
that All-Star game, that was a good time. I would do it again. Maybe not the All-Star game, but just everyone going to a game would be fire. We should all plan a Wrigley Field series. We just go back to back to back.
I'd do it. And we could also hit up a White Sox game. Their tickets are cheap.
I think they give them away, dude.
I think they pay you, actually.
Same people that own the Bulls own the White Sox.
Yeah. The Reimsdorfs.
That's why they suck. All right, let's get into this, boys. Eric, bring up the head-to-head, baby.
Oh, now you're enthusiastic about it.
I'm always enthusiastic. I love talking about the L's, but I am super hyped this week. Yeah. Look at that, boys.
So last week was week 26. There was 9 combined losses between me, Nick, and Nevada, meaning Jermaine went perfect 3-0 last week. He would have hit on a major bet if a guy named Jude Bellingham didn't exist. Unfortunately, he does. But 3-0, putting him at 1860, down 15.33 units. He's creeping back into it just like he did last year. Like I said, Nick, Nevada, and myself all went 0-3. Nick is 869-1, down 35.87 units.
Nice.
Nevada is 26-52, down 10.96 units, and I am 22-56, up 7.49 units.
I don't even think I hit this week yet. I think I missed this week.
You haven't placed any bets, brother. Eric has missed 2 parlays.
False. I missed 1 parlay, and fucking DraftKings shenanigans bullshit is why I fucking lost the bet because of the way they advertise. Moneyline is moneyline. Moneyline means I win if that team wins, regardless of when that team wins. I digress.
It said regular time only.
Well,
it's
where's the option for
specified.
Moneyline?
The option is right there on the 3rd line.
Bullshit.
It's
Eric,
right.
Eric,
it's-
by the way, check the chat. I did post 2 bets. One of them's already missed.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the 0-0 bets at half, and then
Oh, that was an actual bet? I thought it was fuckery.
no, that wasn't fuckery. That was an actual bet. Hence what I said, because fuck it. That's why. And then Jermaine said, pick a layup. So I picked a plus 1120 layup. And so far, it's looking like a pretty good layup.
Still alive. We're still alive. Still alive.
That's what we need. Still alive.
Which one died?
The
0-0
Copa
halftime.
America's
Okay.
0-0 halftime. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because you put those in on Sunday night. I didn't think they were for this week. But all right, sounds good.
I stay forward thinking.
I'm the opposite. I roll in at Sunday and just submit 3 bets. Oh, dude, the fact that I'm somehow back in it is hysterical. And Eric was so pissed when he found out that Portugal's win doesn't count for his bet. And I was
France's win.
It was Portugal.
It was France. For the one that blew my shit, it was France because wasn't it?
No.
Oh, it was Portugal because France got the own goal.
I was like, I'm not gonna argue, bro. You got it, bro.
Dude, it should be money line. Like that's why I clicked money line because at the end of the game, they're the winner. But I get it. It's fine. I'm not gonna cry about it.
So there's a little section, right? Under game lines. You picked money line regular time. There's a draw no bet regular time. And then very conveniently placed in the 3rd field, it says to advance. And that is just outright winner of that ball game.
Well, that's what I meant to do.
Well, reading is difficult.
Yeah, well, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, that's an appropriate response.
Now I don't even know who to bet this next round because it's intense, but we'll get to that later.
They're intense?
Yeah, dude, these are great matchups.
No, dude, they're playing in German stadiums.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, they're not
I didn't-
intense. Got him.
Why do I make myself suffer through this?
I love that Nick hopped in with me. Let's get it.
Fuck.
Oh, all right, Eric. Let's go into pop culture pickups. So you don't have to suffer through this no more.
All right. So top pop culture pick of the day: top 5 board games. Order is Eric, Nevada, Jermaine, and Nick. With my first pick, didn't play very many board games growing up, so I have limited pool here. I'm gonna go with chess.
That's a great 101.
Yeah, that's a great 1-1.
I didn't think I would get that one, so I didn't even. It's not even on my list.
Yeah.
For those of you who are only listening, if you hop over to our YouTube channel at Podcast Room 303. Oh my goodness, did he just give up another home run?
Trey Turner, baby, back
Cubs
from the
suck.
dead.
Anyways, Nick is using the banners again, so you're missing out on a treat. YouTube at Podcast Room 303. Nevada, you want to give us your pick?
I am going to go with I'll go with Scrabble.
God damn it. Great one, too.
Those are fire. Those are fire.
Fuck.
I'm gonna let Nick get a couple layups. I'll go ahead and take Risk.
God damn it, dude.
Yes, I knew it wouldn't come back to me. I was like, I gotta get Risk, dude. That game
Dude,
is
this
the
list
game
is
of global domination.
this list is getting short real quick. I was confident in this shit, and it's getting short real quick. All right, 1-4 back to back. Just to take them off the board so nobody takes them, I got Monopoly and Battleship going back to back.
Two of my 5 that I wrote down.
Going back to back.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and hop in here. I'll take Trouble.
Oh, great.
There's the 4th of my 5. Oh my god.
Does that eliminate Sorry, by the way?
No, they're 2 different games, dude.
They are different games.
Yeah, kind
Trouble's
of.
way better.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, they're
All right.
different enough.
All right, I'm going to
Eric-
take this before
Eric needs a
Eric
new
takes it. I'm going to go with checkers.
There's number 5.
Eric's list is skilled.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Eric's done.
Now, does there have to be a physical board or just like a game that you play with your family?
What do you mean?
Because I want to say Uno, but that doesn't have a board.
No, that's a card
that's a
game.
card
That's
game.
fine.
Board game.
Fuck you guys. All right. What about Pictionary? Right, that's a game.
It is
a game.
Pictionary counts.
All right. Pictionary, and then I have to go again. All right.
My man's just
Pictionary.
scrambling.
Categories?
Categories is fire.
Boom.
There you go.
Categories it is.
That's
go.
a fire.
I think I played
game.
that once with Jason.
Oh man, dude, this is we're living on the edge here with my
All right.
games.
I'll go with life.
Oh, that's a good one.
Game.
Yep.
I wasn't really fond of that one because it kept giving me kids.
Yeah.
I know 2 of these or 3 of these won't come off the board, and there's part of me that wants to pivot my list to just potentially fuck people over, but I won't do it. I'll take Secret Hitler.
God
Oh.
damn it, dude.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, motherfucker.
Is that on your list, Nick?
Yes.
Oh, that's even better.
Secret Hitler is such a great game.
It's so good. It's so good. It's one of my favorite new board games.
I hope I'm gonna nail a couple from Nevada here. One of them being a West/Midwest classic. I'll go Candyland
God damn it.
and Trivial Pursuit.
I did put Trivial Pursuit just because I thought that was more of a card game.
Well, you have the board though.
I've never
Okay,
played it, so
sure.
I'm gonna let Nevada.
Dude, Trivial Pursuit, amazing game. You just ask trivia questions.
I know the concept. Look, the name isn't a real stunner.
Exactly.
Nick. The name isn't a real stunner, by the way. I'll take Werewolf.
Mm.
See, I went off Werewolf because I thought it was too similar to
How do you spell werewolf?
Secret Hitler, but
Werewolf is were and then wolf. All one word.
fantastic game. Great pick.
Fire.
See, I got 2 more picks. All right. This list is getting pretty scant. I'm gonna go with I'll go with backgammon. We're digging deep.
That's a good one, but man, you sound old with that backgammon there.
All right.
At least you didn't do Mancala.
Oh, let me add that to the list.
Man, Yahtzee?
Are
Question
you
mark?
asking? Or
That's a
yeah.
game. Fucking, I'm putting
That's a-
Yahtzee.
it has an
Nice
exclamation
game.
mark in the name, not a question mark.
All right. And then Chinese checkers.
Okay.
I don't think that's a real thing, dude.
It is a real thing.
How do you play it?
It's instead of it being like the wood, it's like a star, and then you have like the either a ball or a peg that you. Fuck you guys! You guys know what game it is.
No, I don't. Tell me how to play it.
Nah, I'm not. Nah, I'm done. I said it. That's my 5. Nevada, you're next.
He doesn't. He's just getting angry.
That's amazing. He went around explaining it. That was fantastic. Go ahead.
I'm gonna throw this out there. If you guys don't like it, that's fine. I'm gonna go with an adult board game and say craps.
Ooh,
I'm counting it.
I don't know. That seems like a little bit of a
that kind of
stretch.
put roulette on the table. Then
We'll allow it. We're not going to be sticklers.
Yeah.
Craps is, although Craps would have been 1-3 for me if I knew
Yeah.
that was on the
Yeah.
board. Because first of all, fuck every board game on here. That is the new 101. If we're including Craps, dude, that game is my jam.
that can,
For my last one, I'll take Keyshian Spiel. I'll type it in, Eric.
Thank you.
I'll type it in, Eric. You can't do it. What is that, Jermaine?
It's basically Swedish. Sorry, man.
Okay, that's oh God, what's the German version of sorry? It's probably the same thing.
I think they're still going through it 80 years later.
Yeah, I think so. Ja, men jage ich nicht. Men jage dich nicht.
What did you just call me?
Suspended.
Mensch ärgere dich nicht.
Oh, you're German, Nick. Is your next choice Easy Bake Oven?
No, that's not a board game. That's a game you play when you're bored. I'm so happy that this one got to me because you guys could have fucked me over since I asked about it earlier. I'm taking sorry with my final pick.
after everyone's list got cannibalized,
Dude.
I'm glad because I didn't have any of your guys' choices on my list. So
what a fire list though that I managed to put through after being decimated.
I'm glad I didn't see Settlers of Catan on here because that I still don't understand that game and it pisses me off.
I do understand it and it pisses me off. I don't like it. I don't like how it's become like let's play Settlers. It's a bad game.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You know what?
You're supposed to have fun.
Felt like for me, it felt like when you have the number one pick in the draft in your fantasy football league, and then you put all these players in your queue thinking they're going to come back all the way around and get to you, but they're not. They're not going to get to you.
They don't. I mean, Chess was a fire pick. Yeah, Chess was a fire pick. Honorable mentions for me: Stratego. And I never played the board game, but the computer game Pandemic was fun, and it's apparently based off a very fun board game that I'd like to play.
I'd never heard of that one, and I've never played Stratego. My
Stratego.
My honorable mentions are Operation, Mousetrap.
Oh, fuck.
Why'd you say fuck?
Because I'm like, fuck, Operation is a board game.
And I said Mousetrap, and then the last one is now I'm drawing a blank.
Mousetrap's a great one. Mousetrap's a great one.
Oh, Jenga. But I wasn't sure if Jenga counts as a board game, so I
had Connect 4 on my list and Twister, but I wasn't sure if either of those would be considered board.
Twister is literally played on board.
Well, I guess you're right. It's more of a sheet.
Connect 4 is also a board. It's just vertical instead of laying on the.
Oh, okay.
It's in dimensions.
I like my list anyway, dude.
No, you
I mean, you pulled it out of nowhere.
No, you don't. You don't even know what Chinese checkers are.
No, we're not doing this again.
Explain to me how to play Chinese checkers.
You beat the people next to you. I got
Is
nothing.
Is Mahjong a board game?
Mahjong is.
Oh,
those are the little tiles that you have to match. It's like basically a memory game.
So I could have said dominoes.
Yeah.
Dominoes, yeah.
Damn. All right.
I didn't put dominoes because again, it felt like Jenga. But we let craps slide through the cracks, like
slide through the craps.
No. Anyways, we'll do what the fuck headline next. Nevada submitted this one last week. We didn't get to it, but Nevada, you want to take us through this one?
Oh, is this the? Oh yeah. Headline reads: Secret Service agent robbed at gunpoint during President Biden's trip to California over the weekend.
Man, California's wild, and stay safe, boys.
Yeah.
You know the stones you gotta have to walk up to a Secret Service agent or rob his ass?
Not a lot, dude. They are down bad, chronically bad.
That's true. I keep getting bit by dogs and shit.
Secret Service people are the dudes who rang the bell.
Ouch.
But yeah, this is. I think this bodes well for the election. I'm sure Biden's very happy with this headline to go along with his debate. But yeah, try to read along with it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, agent was returning from work at the time of the robbery and fired his service weapon during the confrontation. Doesn't know if anybody was hit. But nobody was injured as of the time of this article.
Absolute marksman.
I don't understand. How was he robbed if he was able to get a shot off? Or was that come after?
Let's see. The altercation occurred So a Silver Infinity FX35 was leaving the scene. What that didn't help me. They found some of the agent's belongings. The robbery remains under. They don't really give you a lot of information.
No.
I wonder if it was something like his bag or something. They ran up and grabbed it, and he was able to
Pop
pull
a
one
couple
out.
off.
And, yeah, like, I'll take some time off.
I'll take some time off. I've been meaning to go to Florida.
He's like, here, take this.
Yeah.
He fired it in the air. Yeah, that was not very informative there. Who wrote that? USA Today? I guess the cops haven't given enough information yet, but still.
They also probably don't. They also probably don't want to reveal like details of that. I remember there was a story about a Secret Service agent, like a Secret Service vehicle running over a pedestrian who was running in a park in DC, and they never released any details about it. But it's like people were like, "No, we saw the car," and it like very clearly was like had a dented hood. But Secret Service was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. It's rumors." They never confirmed the accident or anything like that.
That dent's from a training accident.
Yeah, training accident. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's great.
We've
All right,
rendered
boys.
Jermaine speechless.
I was paying
Blind
attention, if I'm being completely honest.
5. Pick a number between 1 and 6.
I'll go.
Wow.
4.
4. All right. Your first entry is going to be Halle Berry.
That's ringer right there. Dude.
That's a hell of a start.
Yeah, that sets the bar either really high.
We're talking about Storm, dude. We're talking about Swordfish.
Monsters Ball.
She's in that new movie with Mark Wahlberg. Comes out in August.
For sure, seeing that.
It's on Netflix, so we don't have to pay for it. But
Anything Marky Mark does is good.
I was like, Mark and Halle, let's go.
2, I'd say.
We're gonna put someone in 2 right off the bat. I'm with it. Let's put her at 2. Live dangerously. Let's rock.
DEI hires is a category.
Women I can never fuck.
Women I've touched myself to. Sorry, early 2000s women I've touched myself to.
You didn't have to specify, bro. We didn't know the list was that long.
Well, the next entry might be up your wheelhouse then, Nick. Alyssa
Angelina
Milano.
Jolie. Oh, Alyssa Milano.
Dude,
2000
what?
stars? 90s and 2000s stars?
What? These are hitters, bro.
Alyssa Milano.
The opposite of
She's
Cubs
above
batters,
Halle, to
dude.
be honest.
No, Alyssa
Yeah.
Milano is not above Halle Berry. No chance.
Yeah,
no chance,
no.
dude. That's racist.
No, 3 maybe. Maybe
I'm
4.
I'm good with 4, man.
Yeah, 4.
I might put her
The
5.
90s and the 1000s were heat, dude. You might want to go.
No, I just Googled pictures to refresh my memory, and I'm almost with Jermaine at this point. I might go 5.
Let's put her 5.
Yeah.
Hit her 5. She's still top 5, boys. Relax.
No,
Relax.
I late 90s, early 2000s female movie stars.
Nevada's struggling.
Yeah, it didn't work out as well as I was hoping.
Nevada, are you?
I don't know what's happening, but he's trying to put the list in, and
Nevada is touching himself to these actresses right now.
All right,
quick,
got that sorted
everyone, wear your heads.
There you go, bud. Fixed it.
Thanks, buddy. Next one will be Sean Bean.
There's dudes in this.
Is this what? Is this just actors I've touched myself to?
Is this actors that die early in shows or movies?
Dude, let's put Sean Bean in number 1 in honor of him always dying.
Are they all in the same movie together?
I don't know. Maybe.
Sean Bean, Swordfish.
Oh, Sean Bean 3, maybe 3.
Put him 4.
Okay, Sean Bean 4.
Like, I got love for him, but we probably should have left Alyssa
He's never hit
Milano
anything
at
long
4.
enough for us to actually, you know what I mean?
Man, when he was doing Gun Kata versus Keanu Reeves, dude.
All right. Next entry
It's a
is
banger.
going to be John Candy.
God damn it. 3.
I'm not a big John Candy guy either.
We have to put him 3.
Well, yeah, of course. He's not number 1.
He's
Great
like one of the most
Outdoors.
funny people of all time.
Uncle
Is he
Buck.
dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big John Candy fan either, but God rest his soul.
Good riddance.
Oh, how dare you? He's got some good movies there.
The world got funnier when he left.
God bless.
Jeez.
Speaking of, I'm looking forward to that Chris Farley biopic.
But what?
Who they cast?
The what's that guy's name?
Jelly Roll?
No.
Paul Walter Hauser
Yeah, you see his face, you'll recognize him.
from
Who the
Josh Gad, director Josh Gad.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh Gad is directing it. That dude rubs me the wrong way. I think he touches children.
Oh
Wow.
man, that he can't play Chris fucking Farley.
Why
All
not?
right,
What's his name?
Paul
Paul.
Walter Hauser,
Walter.
like Hauseo. It's the guy from that one Clint Eastwood movie where he.
Oh my
Jewell
God.
or
This
something like
dude
that.
sucks.
Yeah, he's not that good, man. This is gonna be terrible.
What a fucking devastating. Man,
Yeah,
I'm
and
looking forward
Josh
to it.
Gad is directing. Nevada. I'm sorry. I might be out.
That's gonna be Josh. That's Josh Gad's directorial debut. Wow.
I will watch it because Chris Farley was the fucking man, but I have no expectations for this. But those two dudes are weird. I just don't
Wow.
see it.
Well, on that note, your final entry at number 1 is going to be Kevin Bacon.
Oh, I
Solid.
fuck with that. I
Solid.
Yeah,
fuck
number
with
one.
that.
Everybody in Hollywood's related to him. It's the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It had to. This is life imitating art. And you know what, Jermaine? Good job, sir.
These are all food actors,
Bacon,
actresses.
candy bean,
Yeah.
Milano?
Shit.
Oh,
Took you long
Milano
enough.
cookie.
No, I noticed that when you said John Candy, and then
Oh, you just didn't want to say it?
I didn't say it. No, because I was too shocked by you breaking the biopic news to me, dude.
Honestly, solid list.
I don't really hate the order.
I mean, there's
Well,
not
also-
that many people with food names, so the pickings are slim.
I mean, I'd make one change. Candy's getting dropped to the bottom, but other than that,
Yeah, I think we swapped Milano for Candy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to think. I don't think we missed any. I'm trying to think of actors I missed with food names.
I was doing the same thing. I haven't. Someone's last name is Spaghetti, right?
Pesci? Isn't that like Italian for fish?
Michael Bacon.
Chris Rock.
Ooh, you could eat rocks.
If you're desperate.
Fiona Apple. Heather Graham. Ooh, that's a good one, actually.
Fiona Apple is a good one too. Heather Graham is a good one. Yeah.
Alec
else?
Guinness.
Isn't
That-
Johnny Depp's daughter named like Apple or some shit like that?
Brie Larson. Allison Brie.
I think you're right, Eric. Allison Brie is a good one.
Sugar Ray Leonard. Meatloaf. Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice is not an actor.
Hey, he's been in movies.
That don't count.
Hey, he's been in movies. Though.
Okay, so Kevin Garnett's an actor.
Adriana
Absolutely.
Curry.
Who's that?
I don't know. Great question. Condoleezza Rice.
Now you're just famous people with fucking.
I think Adriana Curry was on is a model. She was on Next Top Model. Sean Bean.
I thought that was Curry's side piece.
Chuck Berry. Vanilla Ice.
Again, are these considered actors?
Who's to say? You decide.
You decide. Uncut gems for the win. All right, what topic do we want to start with first?
You choose.
All right, Nevada, take us into the NHL free agency.
All right. NHL free agency started yesterday, July 1st. Canada Day for all of our listeners north of the border.
Disgusting.
Oh, Canada.
Just some brief numbers for you. For day one, there were 190 signings. A total cap hit of $365 million. Total contract in dollars yesterday given out, $1.2 billion.
God,
and
dude.
Insanity.
about a tenth of that went to Nashville that we will get into.
About a tenth of that went to Nashville.
That's insane.
That is actually accurate.
Yeah, Nashville gave out $100 million, give or take a little bit over, but Nashville, I think all of us here can agree, were the winners for day one. Any detractors on that statement? I didn't think so.
Yeah, there's no way anyone could disagree with that, dude.
So their big three ticket items that they got were Steven Stamkos, Jonathan Marchessault, and Brady Shea. Stammer was the former Lightning captain. He got short shafted by Tampa, who gave him an extremely low ball offer. I think his offer was 4x3, and he signed for 4x8. He's a 40-goal scorer. He will probably thrive in that offense with Andrew Burnett. He's going to be a power play merchant, like what he's done in the past. I might sprinkle a little bit of pizza money on him to win the Rocket Richard award for most goals. I think he's going to be pissed off this coming year, but we'll save that for a later day. Jonathan Marchessault, a massive cog in the Vegas machine that won the Cup 2 years ago. And then Brady Shea, a very good offensive defenseman. He signs for a 7x7 contract. Any thoughts from you guys for Nashville?
Really great young team that Nashville has. I think they made the transition from kind of their older guys. You know, they the Duchesnes and the Arvidssons, and I think we're kind of on the swing of good young teams. Right, we saw them pull off. I think what was it, about 21 games in a row without a defeat,
something like that,
undefeated. And you're like, okay, you can kind of start to compare them to like the Canes of a couple years ago, the Rangers, the Devils, and now they've become one of the best teams in the Western Conference with 3 signings.
They got to be a favorite to win the West.
Yeah, I mean, Steven Stamkos is a proven Stanley Cup winning captain who will instantly bring leadership and a voice to that locker room. I'm not happy.
No.
Their coach is fantastic too.
Yep.
Yeah. So and they re-signed UC Saros. Obviously, that wasn't a free agent, but
God, I forgot about that.
This team is going to be scary. Man, I hats off to them, but fuck.
I always hate Nashville too. Nashville is like just one of those teams I don't like playing. It's like them, the mild.
Yeah.
I'm about to start calling them the Nashville Jeffrey Epsteins.
Some other winners from free agency. I would say probably Vancouver, even though they lost Zadorov and Lindholm, both going to Boston. They signed Derek Forbort, who was with Boston. He's kind of a prick to play against, but he's solid. Kiefer Sherwood is a forechecking puck hound. And their big signing, Jake DeBrusk, I believe it was a 7x7 deal. Pretty solid retooling for Vancouver. Touching on Boston, obviously, like I said, Zadorov, the big, tall guy, was he 6'7", something like that? 6'7" D-man. he signs 6x5, and Elias Lindholm, who was the trade target for everybody at the deadline, he goes to Boston for just under $8 million for 7 years. I think my other favorite team for day one free agency has to be Jermaine's Blackhawks. They get Teuvo Teravainen back. Let's see. I think his was a 3x5 deal. They get Alec Martinez on the back end to help the back end. They get Tyler Bertuzzi, who's a good player, family. And then Patty Maroon as well, who's not really going to be like an offensive threat or anything like that, but he'll be that muscle to protect Bedard. Jermaine, what's your thoughts on your team?
I love it. The Craig Smith and Pat Maroon deals, 1-year deals. I would be shocked if competitive teams don't come calling for those guys around the trade deadline. And then depending on where we're at as far as, competing for a spot, I don't think we get a spot, but I think we're one of those teams that's kind of flirting with, they're kind of middle of the pack. You hit a little hot streak, piece together some games, and then all of a sudden everyone's talking about, hey, maybe the Blackhawks get a wild card spot. That's kind of where I see the moves. Like we could potentially surprise. I don't expect it.
Right, like a 10-11 kind of seed.
Yeah, and we'll finish just outside the window, but the next year more prospects will come in, et cetera, and then Chicago is firmly on its way to being relevant again. But no, I loved every single one of the moves because we didn't commit a ton of money to too many people. The people that we signed for longer deals line up with what we're trying to do as a franchise. So, and then you couple that with a draft. I think the Blackhawks had, pretty banging offseason, to say the least. Even if our 102 doesn't, I think he ends up going back to college. But when we get him next year, or not this coming year, but the year following, he's going to slide right in. I think it should be fantastic.
By the way, yeah. Pat Maroon has played in his career, has made the playoffs 10 times, has only played under 10 games twice.
In the playoffs. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's a good player, and he's one of the heavyweights in the league, so he'll be able to deter some nefarious action against Connor, and I think that's the big reason they brought him in. As far as kind of this draft free agency on a whole, like you said, Chicago did well in the draft. Tampa made a lot of moves. They moved their number 2 defenseman, Mikhail Sergachev. They shipped him out to Utah, which was kind of surprising, but that was a money move for what was to come later. They trade for Jake Gensel, who was the number 2 trade target behind Elias Lindholm at the trade deadline. They traded for him the day before he became a free agent, so they got his bargaining rights, and they signed him, I believe it is 7x9, if I'm not mistaken. So they ship out Stammer, Sergachev, and then Tanner Jeannot, who's just kind of a prick to play against. He goes to the Kings, but they retool with Gensel. They just re-signed Cam Atkinson to basically a vet minimum, who was last with Philly. Utah did really well as well. Not so much in the free agent market, but they did all their damage on the draft day trades with getting Mikhail Sergachev, who's going to be, I would imagine, slots in immediately as their number 1 D-man, both what he can do offensively and defensively. And then Marino from the Devils. They signed Ian Cole for the vet minimum, and then their draft pick, I love it, Teja Ginla. He's going to be a stalwart there for years to come. Plays like his dad. He does everything well in the offensive zone. Obviously, he has stuff to learn in the defensive zone, but he's still a forward. So they had an awesome couple days as well. I'm a little disappointed in Calgary. I had it pulled up earlier. I forgot to keep it up, but they had a bunch of cap space. And from what I've seen, they really haven't done anything. So I'm not sure what they're trying to accomplish there, because I didn't really see any big signings for them. Kind of same thing with Buffalo. Buffalo's in a perpetual state of suck. Again, they also had a ton of cap room. Detroit has a ton of cap room, but I don't really care if they suck or not. They did re-sign Patrick Kane, which isn't too surprising. So he'll be back in the fold. And then Anaheim as well. They really didn't do much of anything. Granted, you don't really expect them to be participating for any sort of playoffs, especially in the West after what Nashville loaded up on. So there's not a lot of free agents left in the cupboards right now. It's mostly going to be depth guys or older veterans that at this point are asking too much money, so maybe they'll come down a little bit in their asking price. Or they very well could hold out for a little bit closer to training camp just to kind of see where things settle down. But whirlwind of day one free agent signings. Jermaine, I think you said it in the group chat. It was like 60 or 90-minute flurry of signings. And then,
It was wild.
And then it was pretty much done. That's just how vicious it was.
First hour, everyone got signed. I mean, Nevada said 190 people were signed. Like I was trying to keep up. I couldn't. I forgot Juicy Soros signed with the Predators because so much happened, and I was like, or not signed, re-signed, but
yeah, it was a lot. I put my phone down, pick it up literally 2 minutes later, and there's like 4 more notifications. It just would not stop. So, Nashville, I mean, everybody's been saying it. Doesn't matter what forum you go to, radio show, podcast, whatever. They're all saying the same thing. Nashville's going to be a problem. And they're going to be a problem for at least the next 2 years. Stammer is 35, I think he is. 35 turning 36, something like that.
We just looked it up. He's 34. He turned 34 February. He was born in 1990.
Okay, so he's a young 34. So you got at least 2 more years out of him for sure.
What's the hockey fall off age? 36?
For the top guys, yeah, probably when you start getting to that later 30s. Because it just depends on your style of game. Like Pavelski was 40, 41.
Yeah. He got traded at 41. Like he was a playoff team was sought after. Like
but he was never a speed guy, so it wasn't like his legs were gonna betray him in later years. So, Stammer's got all the skills you would want. Like Nick said, captain on the ice. I know a lot of Tampa fans are pissed the way they treated him on the way out. Where they really didn't give their captain of 16 years a fair shake at a contract. I know Stammer's not happy. He's made it known in the Twitterverse and whatnot.
Not a person who I thought would have a Twitter account, by the way.
I assume it's Twitter. I haven't looked at it, but yeah, he's not happy about it. But landing in Nashville for him is a great spot. Obviously, Nashville's going to be very excited for him to be there. It was a wild, I'd like to say first day or 2 days, but it was really just a wild 90 minutes.
All right. Final thoughts on NHL before we hop over to the NBA.
Nashville crushed it, and they'll get crushed in cap hell here in a few years.
Looking forward to it. Dude, Wes Nasty gave up another homer. Unbelievable. It's tough to watch. All right, NBA free agency also kicked off. Not as exciting as the NHL. We're seeing a slow, steady churn in this. So on June 29th, actually June 30th at 6 p.m. Eastern, the legal tampering window, or they don't call it legal tampering. It's legal. It's like the negotiation period before free agency kicks off, opened up. And the Philadelphia 76ers made the biggest splashes. They added Andre Drummond to start 41 games for them this year at center. They added Paul George on a 4-year, $209 million contract. $212 million. I was like 12-year. That was the first thing I thought. I was like 12-year. God damn. I was like, that's a steal, but he's gonna be old at the end. Tyrese Maxey also re-signed with Philadelphia 76ers. Don't really consider that free agency, but it falls under that because he was a free agent. So Philadelphia has made some splashes. The Orlando Magic poached starting shooting guard from the Denver Nuggets, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, for a 3-year, $36 million deal. Excellent role player and playoff performer. So you definitely want him on your team. DeJounte Murray, Eric's boy from the Atlanta Hawks, was shipped out for a package of Dyson Daniels, Larry Nance Jr., and 2 firsts. DeJounte Murray finds himself landing in New Orleans to team up with Zion Williamson, CJ McCollum, and currently under contract Brandon Ingram. But the rumor mills are churning, and Brandon Ingram should be on the move, potentially. Boston Celtics re-signed everyone. They now are paying $939 million to their starting 5 for the length of their contracts. They have everyone locked up: Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis. That's going to put the Boston Celtics firmly into the luxury tax apron, but with a core like that, I don't think you're really going to concern. Also, news with Boston is their franchise is now up for sale.
We buying it, boys?
That's going to be fascinating. I put $1 on it. Fuck the Celtics. I don't think that I would allow them to pay me to take over that franchise.
Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding. That's bullshit. So, Chicago, we'll touch base on them since that's my team. They traded Alex Caruso, 2-time all first team defense, former NBA champion, on an $8 million a year contract to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Josh Giddey. Considering the Thunder have 87 cajillion first-round picks, to not get one back is pretty crazy. But to re-roll a 32-year-old guard for a 9 years younger 21-year-old who did average, 14, 7, and 7 basically in the year that he didn't see his minutes get truncated with the leap of Chet Holmgren. So Chicago's looking pretty fascinating. We overpaid Patrick Williams 5 years. I think we gave him about $18 million a year. But with the salary cap going up and up and up, it really won't matter. And if he develops into who I think he can be, then it's going to be another steal, just like that Kobe White contract. And then we took a flyer on Jalen Smith, stretch 5 center, who sucks at defense but can actually shoot threes. That's what we need. Fantastic. Donovan Mitchell used the Wolf of Wall Street meme that everyone uses to announce that he's staying with Cleveland. He signed a 3-year extension. Klay Thompson joined the Dallas Mavericks. It was a sign and trade. 2 second-round picks went to the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors waived Chris Paul, who immediately signed with the San Antonio Spurs after a great conversation with Greg Popovich. So we should see an even more elevated Victor Wembanyama, which is absolutely bonkers to say out loud. Tobias Harris joined the Detroit Pistons on a 2-year deal. Eric was unbelievably sad to see him go. The Los Angeles Clippers re-signed James Harden and then poached starting power forward for the Dallas Mavericks, Derek Jones Jr., and added locker room cancer Kevin Porter Jr. I think that's about all the things of consequence.
Hartenstein?
Isaiah Hartenstein signed with the Oklahoma City Thunder on I think he's getting paid like $32 million a year or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 29 a year.
Brunson makes 25.
29 a year. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
Melton to the Warriors.
Yeah, De'Anthony Melton left the Philadelphia 76ers to the Warriors. Great role player. Doesn't really move the needle, but the Mike Dunleavy Jr. era of Golden State is off to an unfortuitous start. We'll see what he can pull out. They're favored for the Larry Markkinen sweepstakes, so that should be interesting. And I'm trying to think if there was any other like big moves.
It might not be significant, like as far as a big name, but Mason Plumlee going to the Suns might help them.
Sure. He'll plug roles. He's not going to need the ball. The Jonas Valanciunas went to the Wizards. And I think the only team so far who hasn't made a signing is Memphis Grizzlies as well. Denver Nuggets and Memphis Grizzlies have not made a signing, but Memphis was active during the draft on trades. We'll see. There's a lot of big names still out there. Brandon Ingram is a huge target for a lot of different teams. We'll see if anyone goes in on that. The Zach LaVine is out there. DeMar DeRozan is still a free agent. He's linked to the Heat, but it looks like money's drying up for any potential landing spots for him. Could see him end up back in Chicago. Man, who else is being?
There's a fight in the Colombia-Brazil game right now.
Is there really?
Yeah.
A fight?
Yeah, they got one guy shoved another guy down, and the guy shoved him, and then it all just kind of blurred together.
Do they have machetes out there?
No.
Oh, well then it's really not a South American
Fight?
football game, is it?
Yeah.
It's not. No. But yeah, so the NBA free agency is the new collective bargaining agreement has really changed the way teams approach the situation. So it's going to be slow, steady, and see who wins the race. And as people start getting snapped up, these leftover pieces, you'll probably start seeing some of these big names move off the board. But
did you mention Jason Tatum? And the only reason I bring this up is because I want to talk about this. Jason Tatum got that extension, $300 and something million extension.
Yeah, I talked about how they're paying their 5 stars $939 million.
Fucking, so he gets $62.8 million, and that I guess it's the last year of that contract or something. His take home after taxes, agent fees, and all kinds of other stuff is $25 million. He's supposed to make 62.8, and he's making $25 million, which is, I mean, that's a lot of money, but that's crazy.
That's crazy, man. So from Nevada, Celtics will have a payroll of nearly $225 million a year, but bring in almost $500 million a year. And they're the odds-on favorite to win again.
Shocker.
I believe it's only 4 teams in the last 25 years have had a top 2 offense and defense, and it was 2 of the Golden State Warriors teams, and it was the Boston Celtics team that lost to the Golden State Warriors. So Boston, it was Boston twice, Golden State twice, and only one team didn't win the ship, and it was a team that lost to a dynasty. So Boston being odds-on favorite is fascinating, but the current odds to win the title is Boston's first, Oklahoma City is second, and Philadelphia is third. It'll be fascinating. We'll have more to follow on this. Let's go ahead and get into the Euros, Nick.
Yeah, so we just finished up this afternoon with the round of 16 and moved into the quarterfinals of the Euros. So the 8 teams moving on. England beat Slovakia in a game that looked like England was about to go out if you would have watched 84 minutes. Or sorry, if you would have watched 94 minutes. But England managed to pull it out with a goal in the 95th minute and a goal in the 91st minute. And yes, I did say those in the correct order for you soccer fans out there. Switzerland made Italy look like the team we all thought they were. They beat them 2-0. England and Switzerland will play each other on Saturday. They're the early game on Saturday. The 2 games today, Romania and the Netherlands. Romania won 3-0. Austria and Turkey A, not to be confused with Turkey B for Nevada. The Netherlands moved on, and Turkey won 2-1 against Austria. And may I just say, this save by the Turkey A goalkeeper at the death is the save of the century for Turkey. Turkey A. I don't know what to call it.
Millennium.
Yeah, it's you can't even say it's a save of the tournament. You can't even. This is probably the best that Turkey A has played in a major tournament, at least in my recent memory. Maybe we can look it up and see if that's true. They'll play the late game on Saturday, Netherlands and Turkey A. Germany beat Denmark 2-0 in a game that the scoreline probably doesn't reflect the final score. Spain beat Georgia 4-1 in a game that, 50 or 60-minute plus Spain kind of opened the floodgates and jumped out to that big lead. Germany will play Spain. What seems like every major tournament these teams will meet. They'll play the early game on Friday, July 5th. Yesterday, France beat Belgium with another own goal. France has not scored
in field of play. Yeah.
In field of play this tournament. So here's the hope. Here's the hope an own goal keeps scoring for the French. It was funny in this game. After this game, what's his knuckle? How am I forgetting his name? The main Belgian Man City guy, De Bruyne. Thank you.
I went Netherlands.
He was. I almost said Keith. Like I thought Keith in my head. I'm like, that's not his first name. They asked him because the question is always about Belgium's golden generation. And they asked him, and they said, this golden generation, why did it never work out? And he had a kind of snarky answer where he said, well, this is our generation, but this is also Spain's golden generation and France's golden generation and Germany's golden generation and England's golden generation. He's like, why do you not talk about their golden generations? And it was kind of a very snarky remark to basically dodge the question. And it's kind of like, well, no, because all of those guys have kind of won something.
They're all World Cup winners.
England lost the final.
Right.
Well,
okay, England made it to a final then, though.
Belgium made it to a semi. That's about all they did. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it kind of in the maybe not so surprise match of the tournament, maybe 2 games in, you would have called this, or 2 match days in, you would have called this a surprise. Portugal needed penalties to beat Slovenia. The Portugal keeper in this game, I mean, round of applause for this man who Ronaldo missed a penalty. He was crying after. What's happening with did Saudi Arabia cut off Ronaldo's balls?
No, he keeps getting crucified by everyone, so he wants to win to shut him up.
He was trying way too hard in this game.
I think he was killing it the first 35 minutes, missed too many chances, and then
kept trying. Yep.
And lost composure. And it showed when he shot the penalty. That was a soft penalty.
Yeah.
It was soft. I was like, you deserve to miss that penalty, sir.
But they advanced. They'll play France in the late game on Friday. So, gentlemen, of the matchups, the 4 matchups remaining, any surprises? Who do you have moving on? Does it change who you have win it? Eric, we'll start with you.
Surprises, not necessarily. I thought, I had previously said that I thought Austria was going to make it to the final in the chats. That was just, hope, I guess, to see like an underdog get there. But I was high on me and Nevada were high on Turkey.
Such revisionist history that you just had.
Dude, anyway.
You were a week ago, you were ready. Last podcast, you were ready to die on saying Austria is making it to the final. Now it's just something. You're just like, ooh, it was just a little fancy dream I had.
It was, dude. I had a dream too. Mine just didn't come true. But no, I think this is Spain's tournament to lose. I know Germany's the host. Germany has looked really good, but I haven't seen a flaw in Spain's game yet. I do think Spain moves on. France, Portugal, flip a coin. Whoever gets the own goal is going to win. I'll go France just because of the bias. Fucking Turkey, bro. Let's ride this out. I got Turkey beating the Netherlands, even though the Netherlands look really good, and Turkey looks susceptible on defense. And then
both teams to score.
Both teams to score would be a great bet for that. Great bet for that. And then Switzerland ends the English stream again. Fuck England. So Switzerland versus Turkey and France versus Spain is what I got in the final four.
This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th time Spain and Germany have met in the European Championship. Germany has won 1, 2. Spain has won 2, and they've drawn 1. Germany has not beaten Spain, 3 draws and a loss since 2014.
Germany has not beaten Spain since 2014.
Mm-hmm.
What did Germany do in 2014?
They beat them 1-0 in a friendly.
They won the World Cup.
Thank you, Eric. I was like, damn, Nick.
They cheated and won the World Cup.
Oh, get out of here.
They cheated, bro.
A man with a hole in his heart scored a goal and stopped FIFA from rigging it for Lionel Messi.
Who did that?
Goretzka.
Götze?
Oh, Götze.
Götze, the guy who ended up never playing again.
Say it with me. Hold on. This isn't your romance frog language. Kiss dudes with. Say it with me. This is the language that resisted Roman occupation. So you'll give it a little bit of respect, please.
Yeah, and then lost 2 world wars.
Götze.
Huh?
Götze.
I'm America. I'll say how I want. Götze.
Is that the same guy with the song "Somebody I Used to Know"?
Something like that.
No.
This is the place with the language that pioneered microwaves.
Wasn't German supposed to be the U.S. national language before Ben and all them were like, no, hold up.
What was that? The U.S. national language?
Didn't we vote on it or something like that? And German was almost our national language here.
No, you're thinking of Ben Franklin making the turkey the national bird, Eric.
Oh, I don't know. I think I read that somewhere.
Germany was almost the national language of America?
I think so. I'll look it up.
I mean, there's no way, dude.
That's crazy.
There's no way.
I didn't think we had that many Germans, so that's news.
We have a lot of Germans, but there's no way. We were a British colony.
Yeah, the German migration was 1940s, though.
Yeah, on January 13th, 1795, Congress considered a proposal to make German as well as English the main language in the United States.
Dang, that would have been crazy. I would have had to learn German. You imagine me speaking German? My big brown
ass. And this is from
ass.
the National Constitution Center, not some fucking hippie website.
That's not even a real website, dude.
I'll send it to you. It's Constitution Center.
You can send me any fake website you want. I'm still not going to believe it.
Frederick Muhlenberg.
France-Portugal, dude, a rematch of Euro 2016 is fantastic. Spain versus Germany, the two winningest Euros countries.
You got it, buddy.
Nailed it.
What?
Winningest Euros countries. I think Spain and Germany have the most Euros.
Yeah, because France has only won it twice, and then England's only won it never. And
if only there was yeah, this motherfucker never.
I just had to get that in.
If only there was some way to Google it.
They won one World Cup in 1966, and they think they're like a soccer country.
So
they don't call it soccer.
Oh, they do. They're the ones that started it. We saw it.
I don't remember where I read this or what. I think it might be a book called Soccernomics. But there's a book that talks about Soccernomics, how the British expectations of their soccer team are always wildly overblown. And actually, if Britain, for their talent that they have on the island as a national team, for the population, actually overperforms almost every tournament. And that if the British fans were to view them as an average team based on their level of success, they would actually be pleased with their performance every tournament. But like Eric said, they've won one World Cup and they seem to think that never won a Euro.
This list is a lot shorter than I had expected too.
The fact that Denmark and Greece and Russia and Slovakia and Czechia all have one and England doesn't is just amazing. Sorry, Nick, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's the point right there, is that they are a average footballing nation at best. They cannot beat the United States in a major tournament. I will say that again. England does not beat the United States in major tournaments.
We have one win against them as the U.S. men's national team.
And 2 draws in major tournaments.
No, I think it's 5. I think we faced each other 5 times.
Well, then they've not won more than 2.
They haven't won any against us.
That should be my point right
or
there.
Women's.
That's
Or women's.
That's my point right there. England is the U.S. of European soccer. They don't beat big teams, and they beat up on small little teams to get them in the World Cup. And then when they overperform, their fans are like, oh, yeah, well, we should have done this. No, you shouldn't have.
England's last win against the U.S. was like in 1812, and then since then, it's all us, baby.
Yeah, so they haven't beat the women's national team or the men's national team in World Cup play. So, yeah, it's just bonkers that they have this, like, and it's something that I was like, I'm like, it's the media that crushes this team. This team has no chance because the media is so unforgiving. Just because I will give them the English Premier League is fantastic, but
that's not all English players.
Most of the stars are not English. Like,
they just sent their best star away to Germany, where he dudded, and then their second youngest star is playing in Spain. Like,
I think he led the Bundesliga.
He set a record for goals.
How many trophies did he win?
Oh my goodness!
How many trophies did he win?
Chelsea.
How many years had Bayern won the
trophy?
league in a row until he got there?
11.
There it is. Point proven.
Yeah, so it's his fault.
Yeah,
it's his fault.
Bayern Leverkusen has the only undefeated Bundesliga season in history, and it's Harry Kane's.
It's Harry Kane's fault.
He brought that with him.
Thomas Tuchel.
How close is
trash.
Leverkusen to Munich?
I don't know. Not close. I think
have...
Leverkusen is central or northern Germany.
I think it's time to revisit this Thomas Tuchel best in the world.
Yeah, I think that quote. I revisit that quote all the time in my head when I'm watching Bayern, and I go, Eric.
I'm just saying, he got it done with Chelsea, with scrubs.
Thomas Tuchel is so bad they replaced him with a dude who got relegated.
Oh my! I forgot about it. Fuck you, dude. I forgot. I pushed that out of my head with all the nice sports that's been going on, and I have to come back and watch Vincent Kompany.
Let's fucking go, bro. This is the year that Bayern gets relegated.
I hope so. I hope so bad.
Look,
I want to so bad root for 1860 Munich.
Relegated,
dude.
Oh my god, dude.
If they get relegated,
Nick will be truly an Arsenal fan.
Dude, I don't know what I can't even, like, you know when your computer skips a beat for a second? Like when your computer just like stops for a second, you're like, oh, that was weird. That's what my brain just did. Because I can't think of watching the second tier of Bundesliga. I'm going Italian right now.
That's amazing, bro. It's amazing. I just love messing with you about this, but
it's got him culturally messed up, dude.
Vincent fucking Kompany, dude. I forgot about it, man.
The majority of his career.
Kompany, I think he did, yeah.
Yeah. He
I forgot.
Maybe there's, he did get relegated, so.
He led a team to relegation. He was like our 8th choice. every single
Nobody
coach.
wants to coach Kane, dude. They don't know he's cursed.
No one wanted to coach Bayern. How crazy is that, bro? You got turned down by so many people. That's unbelievable.
I'm not lying when I said he's our 8th choice.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Is it
All right.
DEI hire?
All right. Gun to your head, Nevada. Who wins the Euro? DEI hire.
I'm going to switch it up. I'll go with the Netherlands.
Boo.
Did you have someone else previously? Is that why you said switch it up? Or
I think we had was it France and Spain in the final?
Yeah.
I think.
Can't happen anymore because France didn't win their fucking group.
France is not good. Let's just get it out the way. So, all right. So Nevada has Netherlands. Who do you have them beating?
Spain, Germany, Portugal, or France, Nevada.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, Nevada.
Spain. I'll keep Spain in there.
It's a safe bet. And it's also double stabs. Nick, who do you got? Who do you got in the final, and who you got winning?
I'll go Switzerland and Spain wins.
And Eric, you already said France versus. What would you say? Turkey?
No, I said Spain versus Turkey.
You said France beats Portugal.
I said it coin toss, and we'll see what happens. But yeah.
All right, let's get into Copa, Eric. Take us through it.
All right, so Copa America. Right now we have pretty much there's only two teams missing for the quarterfinals. Right now, Brazil is up 1-0 on Colombia, and Costa Rica. Jermaine, is it still 2-0?
It is.
Costa Rica is up 2-0 on Paraguay.
Yeah.
So for the first quarterfinal game, we have Argentina-Ecuador on Thursday at 6 p.m. Then we have Venezuela and Canada. Fucking Canada, dude. July 5th at 6 p.m. And then we're still waiting to find out for tonight, but likely it's going to be Uruguay versus Colombia, and Panama versus Brazil. Both of those will be on Saturday, July 6th.
So they're playing one game Thursday, one game Friday, and two games Saturday?
Precisely, yes, sir.
Interesting. Not against it. Not against it.
Yeah. And like I said, if it holds up, Uruguay versus Colombia, Brazil versus Panama.
Okay. Brazil versus Panama. Man, United States. All right, Nick. How's your chance?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he's not instantly fired. The U.S. Soccer Federation said they're investigating recent performances. Fire him. You're hosting a World Cup at home soil, and he put together. There is one image that will be used by future generations to encapsulate this Greg Berhalter run. And it's the image of Bolivia scoring and Berhalter holding up 1-1 to his players right before Uruguay has a free kick. I know TV shows are talking about it. I know podcasts are talking about it. I don't care. We're going to talk about it here. What a loser fucking mentality that is. First of all,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, first of all, you don't expect Bolivia to hold on to a lead for 30 minutes remaining in a game. Second of all, you still have to win.
Colombia just tied it.
Damn.
Did they? So now what Eric said, reverse those two, if that score stands.
Can I interject something here, Nick?
Please.
Jesse Marsch has been the coach of Canada for 1 month. A team that we all wrote off. And he got them to advance. That's what coaching does for you. So fucking fire Greg Berhalter. Fucking use his brother. Him and his brother need to be fired.
How long have I been talking up Jesse Marsch, boys?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, ever since he got fired from Leeds, you've said men's national team.
No, I said men's national team when he was coaching in the Bundesliga. True. Then he went to Leeds and it sucked butt, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe he's not going to make it. But it's also Leeds. Like, you don't have a budget or anything.
Did we not all laugh at Canada in the first Copa show? They won't even win a game.
Yeah.
They advanced. Mexico and the U.S. couldn't do it.
Well, Mexico it's time to talk about Mexico.
Yeah, they might be going the opposite direction.
The thing is, like, U.S. is still trending up, right? Mexico. Who's their best? How many of their starting 11? How many of their starting 11 is playing in overseas football? They're regressing as where U.S. men's national team, they have all these players going over there and playing. Mexico is not. Mexico does not have them over there.
Who's that dude that plays for Wolves?
It's just Alvarez, right?
The problem is,
I don't think Jimenez starts for Mexico, does he?
The problem is then we have to take those ticks off Berhalter's resume. His resume right now consists of we beat Mexico. I don't care if we beat Mexico.
Well, we do. We can go 1-37 as long as the one is beating Mexico.
I don't care though. I don't care. Like that's a bullshit philosophy. And you know it as a France fan.
That shows the mediocrity in his mind when he beating Mexico as the standard. How about beating Brazil, France, England, these countries that actually win fucking trophies? That should be the standard we want to hold ourselves to.
I don't. You can come in. You can say that the match the other day was, the ref had a big part in it. Sure, in the first half, sure, the ref largely stayed out of it in the second half. The offsides call, that's coming from the booth. That's coming from upstairs. Not offsides in my book. But Copa has shitty camera angles. You heard the announcers talking about this on the broadcast. Copa does not have the 360-degree view cameras that the Euros have. They have the stadium cameras that were set up, and if you were watching the feed last night, they were bad angles, and it was a bad view. They had to go off what they got. The problem is, and what do we keep saying on this podcast? You can't leave it up to that. You can't leave it up to fate. And the U.S. left it up to fate. Yeah, Nevada, go.
I've got a question for the three of you. Simple answer. We've been hearing, at least I've kind of been hearing for the last 3 decades, that the U.S. is up and coming. The next wave of generational talent is up and coming. Here it comes. We're spending more and more money, millions more into every iteration of whatever team. Now we're here, and some people are saying this is the best collection of talent that the U.S. national team has had through the entire roster, and we keep getting the same results. Will it change as simple as just a coaching change, or is this just we're stuck in purgatory because the U.S. doesn't care about soccer nearly as much as the other sports?
So I'll handle this question, and I have one name to tell you that both Jermaine and Eric are going to start shaking their heads when I say it. Jurgen Klinsmann. Jurgen Klinsmann is a European manager who knew how to get the best out of his players in the U.S. team that wasn't really that good, right? Wasn't near the quality that this U.S. team is. And he was able to get them together and put in a good World Cup run. Then he was just fired because he made some comments that people in America didn't like about how American soccer wasn't to the level of European soccer and wasn't really to the level of the top performance in international soccer. And he wasn't wrong.
It's factual. Look, I don't think I think a coach will make a huge difference. Like we saw that with the talent. We do have much more talented players. I think like 17 or something like that play over in Europe. The problem is, to me, is the root is you can go join an AAU basketball team for like what, $100. For soccer, it's like reserved for upper middle class and higher. It's really expensive to join those club teams. So in Brazil, like these fucking kids got to play soccer to eat, right? We don't have that mentality. Like there's no. So if we would stop making it an elite sport and stop saving it for the rich families and the upper middle class families, and we would just start, we can get some of these kids that end up playing back. There's a higher chance of you playing professional soccer than there is a chance of you playing basketball. That's just the truth. There's way more leagues across the world. It's a lot more popular of a sport across the world. We just need to get kids to stop being so enamored with this 0.001% of people make it to the NBA dream. Like you can go play soccer in Switzerland and make a comfortable living, but kids don't know that because it's reserved for, families with money, and regular poor folk can't just put their kids in soccer clubs, and it needs to change. It needs to be the sport of the poor people, not the rich people.
I'll go to Switzerland for the views and the honeys.
Dude, Christian Pulisic played in England, playing in Italy, played in Germany. I mean, obviously he's the best player we have, so that's a pretty piss poor example. But, I mean, there's guys playing in England right now at, like, Norwich or Leeds or something, and they're making $50,000 a week to play soccer. Makes no sense, man.
All right, Jermaine. I know you got something.
Look, it's not simple. This is what do they call it? USOC.
We sock.
We call it. I mean, yeah, that's a good one. It's organizational. Greg Berhalter had a public falling out with our best player.
We don't win when he's not on the pitch.
Our best player is not Christian Pulisic. I'm here to tell people that it's not. Christian Pulisic is the most high profile, and he delivers in big-time moments, but he is not our best player. Giovanni Reyna is the United States' best player if he can stay healthy. And if you are watching the games, you understand it, because Christian Pulisic gets taken out of the games, but Giovanni Reyna is always there making plays. And like Nick said, we don't win when he doesn't play. When he doesn't play, we don't win. He had a public falling out with him. It got so embarrassing, it was basically AAU, where a former teammate of his, best friend of his, and the son's father are public spatting in Twitter and media. Berhalter gets removed. We have his assistant step up as interim, and we play better than we ever played with Berhalter. And Berhalter still got the job back. This is organizational. A coaching change won't matter. Jesse Marsch is an up-and-coming American head coach. American, which is what they want now. They want an American because every other country does it. They want a German to coach Germany, a Spaniard to coach Spain, a Frenchman to coach France, right? That's what they want. United States wants the same thing. We have someone who can do it, as Eric just alluded to, with Jesse Marsch taking Canada into the knockouts, even though we didn't think that would be humanly possible. Greg Berhalter's brother is part of USOC. He has a very high role in USOC. If you think that they are going to fire Greg Berhalter for this, you are sadly mistaken. Before they lost to Uruguay, there was already reports coming out saying that win, lose, or draw, United States will not fire Greg Berhalter. It's organizational, man. We've seen this. Knicks, Rockies, Bulls, right? These organizations that are bad year after year, year after year. It's all top down. It's all top down. And United States soccer is that. Here's the thing. Our women's national team is better than every other country because we have a gigantic pool to pull from. Soccer is huge for women in America. It has been for a very long time, but they even handled that terribly. They acquiesced to their demands, paid them more money despite them making less money, generating less money. This is over and over again. It's organizationally with United States soccer organization. And it's failure across the board. Until someone with any stones and any actual knowledge understands soccer, gets put into a position, and it's not the good old boys club anymore, nothing will change. Jurgen Klinsmann is the best head coach we've ever had. And that man was run out the fucking country. If Jurgen Klinsmann had this team right now, holy fuck, we would smack Uruguay. We almost did it yesterday with Berhalter's 4-3-3.
Yeah.
How unimaginative. You lose Timothy Weah, the speed on the side, and your decision was to run a 4-3-3, the most basic formation you learn in soccer. That was his answer to losing our speed demon on the outside. It's crazy. I can't do it anymore. I'm no longer a United States fan until Berhalter's gone, until there's an organizational shift, until they actually hire a coach with merit. It's not a Bruce Arena. It's not a Samson. It's not a fucking Greg Berhalter. I can't really shit on Michael Bradley. Michael Bradley was a good coach.
Bob Bradley, you mean?
Bob Bradley.
Well,
Michael Bradley is who I told Eric the other day I wanted
to be a US guy.
As a coach.
The guy knows the game. He knows tactics. He was one of the first dudes over here playing in Europe. I heard some people say Tim Howard. I'm like, goalies don't coach. Next. And then outside of that, apparently there's like this famous soccer coach in college. I think it's UCLA or something. Apparently he just turns out MLS products, but I don't know nothing about him, so I can't speak on that.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that either. It's organizational. Look, there's nothing we can do. It's just like watching Manchester United right now. You have talent. You can't score goals. If you can't score goals, you're not winning games. If you can't win games, you're not going to advance. If you can't advance, you won't win trophies.
Seems pretty simple.
We suck. We're going to waste away this generation of players, and we're going to waste away the next generation of players. In 2018, I fucking sat there and told Nick that we have talent coming. He had no fucking clue any of the kids that were coming, and I was like, we have a good fucking roster coming, and we're here. The roster is here. It is right in fucking front of us, and we can't get out of group stage.
By the way, the U.S. is the first host country of Copa America to not qualify for the knockout stages ever.
Hell yeah.
That alone should get you fired, but it won't. If he gets fired, I'll do a hot dog eating contest.
Oh, baby. Let's start a petition on change.org.
I just don't know what to say, boys. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I'm upset. I'm disappointed. The fact that we don't have U.S. playing July 4th weekend in Copa America being hosted in the United States is fucking absolutely stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. It makes no sense. It's pathetic. It's disappointing. If England performed like this, England would sack its coach without any fucking question. If France performed like this, France would fucking fire their coach without question. If we want to beat those teams, we need to start holding it to that standard.
Not if Germany did. And Germany's coach won a World Cup in 2014, and he had a bad play at the Euros, and he had a bad play at the World Cup, and he had a bad play at the Euros, and they got rid of him. They said, that's enough. You used it up. Right? Didier Deschamps won what? A World Cup 2 competitions ago, and they're talking about firing him because of the lack of offense in the French squad. This shit shouldn't fly. It really shouldn't.
He's been to 3 finals.
We should talk about this United States team in the same breath that we talk about Brazil, Colombia, Argentina. Because our guys are over there playing with Brazilians, Colombians, Argentinians, and most of Europe. Like, our guys are playing with them. We shouldn't be high-fiving over beating Mexico. We should beat Mexico. We shouldn't be high-fiving over beating surviving Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, this World Cup run is going to be awful. And thank God we have an automatic bid.
Yeah. God forbid we miss it like we did the last one.
Bro. They're not getting out of group stage.
No, there's no chance.
No,
there's no chance.
I'm going to keep the faith. I have faith because
you didn't have faith to beat Uruguay. 1 game. You didn't have faith for that. Now you have faith.
Get rid of
We're not going to.
We will because we can't embarrass ourselves on a national stage like that again.
We don't
Cup as hosts.
We don't care.
I'm going to send it as fucking
50,000 people attended USA Uruguay in a 75K stadium. They made money. Tickets were going for $100 a piece at minimum. We don't care. The World Cup is going to bring in so much money for an established infrastructure country. We don't give a shit how the U.S. team does. The U.S. Soccer Federation doesn't give a shit how the U.S. team does. They care about making money and being like, look, we hosted a cup. Didn't everybody have fun? Hopefully Ronaldo and Messi and all the world's best players will be able to come. They don't give a fucking shit about the United States. The U.S. Soccer Federation never gives a shit about the United States. If they would, they wouldn't have rehired fucking Berhalter. They would have never fired Klinsmann. They would throw the fucking state of Rhode Island at Jurgen Klopp right now.
Connecticut, a little fancy.
No, I don't care. Rhode Island's better. Package all of New England and send it to him. I don't care. Rename it Kloppland. I don't care. But it doesn't matter because we're not going to do it. Because we're going to wait and we're going to sit. And yeah, it's nepotism because his brother works high in fucking, what do they call it, Jermaine? USSF or whatever. Like, he works high in there. Like, nobody cares. And they're going to wait for this heat to die down. Everybody's going to get excited about Copa America and the Euros and the Olympics, and it's going to die down. And then we're going to be back in a football season, and people aren't going to care about U.S. soccer anymore. And then your club season is going to start again, and me, and Jermaine will be talking about the Premier League and Bayern and Champs League, and it's not going to fucking matter until it comes back up and we go, oh, fuck, Berhalter's the coach again. Then he gets eliminated, and he has his ass showing, and we go back to watching Spain, Germany, and France, Portugal, and Chelsea, and Man United, and the teams we actually give a shit about.
That's true.
Well, I hung my jacket up already for the last time this year. It's fucking disappointing.
There's a reason that, like, when people ask who I support, I don't say the United States, I say Germany. Because Germany doesn't embarrass me like this. Well, usually they don't embarrass me. The last two World Cups have been brutal, but yeah.
It's just from a guy who doesn't pay attention to soccer except for basically the World Cup and maybe the Euros here and there. It's incredibly frustrating because I do watch their games, the international games, because it's the U.S. You have that calling card. It's easy to follow your national team. But even I know that the U.S. is going to U.S. whatever tournament they're in. And more than likely, they're going to either do a showing like they did and not get out of the group stage, or they're going to get bounced in the first round of elimination. And it's frustrating because you always want to be like, the Olympics are coming up. It doesn't matter what the sport is. If there's some U.S. team, you're like, all right, well, better get on the fucking podium.
The U.S., their biggest win that the U.S. ever had was in a competition that doesn't exist anymore. They made it to the final of the 2009 FIFA Confederations Cup, which doesn't exist anymore. And they beat Spain in this Confederation Cup and lost to Brazil in the final. Like, whoopee. I mean, I don't know what more to say than that. We haven't beaten, I don't think in our history we've beaten a top 20 team in FIFA rankings ever. We beat
England at the World Cup, but I don't know what they were ranked.
Did we beat them or did we draw them? Oh, you mean when we beat them? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was 1950, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It was a long fucking time ago.
England didn't quite have the population rebound they were hoping for after the war to field a team.
Yeah, 1950. Our manager was named William Chubby Lyons, and he was coaching against Walter Winterbottom.
Did Chubby then go after the tournament? Did he go coach for the Lions?
Let's see what William Chubby Lyons did with his career. Bill Chubby Lyons. I guess he doesn't. I mean, he was pretty cool. I guess. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page, so how great could he have been?
It's frustrating. That's all I can say. It's just frustrating watching that pathetic performance every single time.
Yep. That's about all. That's about it. Back to you, Jermaine.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for our Euros coverage. The free agency has been bonkers. And, U.S. men's national team sucks again. France and Germany move on. So hopefully one of us still has a team fighting for something. this time next week. Till then, for myself, Jermaine Clo-Mendez, for my co-host Nicholas Moorhen, and for our EPs, we have Eric and Nevada. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.